Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. That's me on the back of the newest Draw with Rob activity book, Draw with Rob in Space. Let's have a look. Oh look, there's loads of stuff in this book. There's puzzles like that maze, you have to guide that space shuttle home. There's colouring pages, there is puzzles and bits where I've started the drawing off and you have to finish the drawing off. Of course there's loads of draw-alongs in there too, including this one of the International Space Station. You'll like it. If you like drawing and you like space, you are laughing. But I am a children's author and illustrator. You might have seen my latest picture book, Gigantic, all about a blue whale. A very small blue whale with a very big heart. I'm very, very proud of this book. Look, big fun for little friends. Oh look, this is the problem when you do Draw with Rob videos all the time. You get pencil on everything. Oh, that's a real shame. I've got a load of pencil on the back of my book. Never mind, not to worry. I have got more than one copy of my own book. But yes, I'm very proud of this. This is Myrtle the Turtle and this is Gigantic. Big fun for little friends. Do you know what? It's not that long till Christmas now, is it? At the time of recording. Anyway, did you ever catch this picture book that I did? So one of my most popular picture books is called Odd Dog Out. And I've written a Christmas story for the Odd Dog Out. It's called An Odd Dog Christmas. A fabulously festive tale of friendship. And it's really fun. Look at that Christmas scene at the end. It took me ages, that one. Look, they're building a snow dog. But check that out. Might make a nice present for somebody. Equally nice present for somebody. I'm worried now that I've got pencil everywhere. Is this my latest chapter book, Peanut Jones and the End of the Rainbow. It's the third and final instalment in the Peanut Jones trilogy. Some legends are born, others are drawn. And I've got a nice quote there from Hannah Gold, who is a middle grade author, and I like her. She's my friend. She's a very nice lady. And she said, a vibrant, action-packed adventure with a warm heart and utter joy. So you better believe Hannah Gold. If that's what she says, it must be true. So check that out. But we are here today to do a drawing together. And this is a fun one today because we are drawing an item of food. We have done a few videos that feature items of food. Off the top of my head, let me think. We did what did we do? We did a pineapple. We've done a pineapple quite recently. I think that was video number 136. We've done a cupcake. Video 98. We've done ice cream and ice lollies, numbers 118 and 119. We've done things like Easter eggs, that kind of thing. So we've done quite a few items of food, and I always bring these items of food to life. I make little characters, and today is no exception, because today we are going to draw a little pizza slice character. I don't know why I like drawing food and turning them into characters, but I really, really do. It's really, really fun. So that's what we're going to do today, a pizza slice character. It's quite simple, this one, but super fun, and there's lots of opportunity to customize your drawing and make it your own. This is how Draw with Rob works. Just in case you think you're no good at drawing. Lots of people don't think they're very good at drawing, I have found out. I say you are good at drawing. Everybody can draw, because do you know what, with drawing there's no right or wrong answer. Yes, you might have a friend who can sit there and draw a picture that looks like a photograph, right? That's fine, and they have got talent. I'm not going to deny that, but that doesn't necessarily mean, say if you draw a picture of an apple that looks just like a photo of an apple, is that better than an apple which is just a really nice kind of cartoon apple, or a kind of impressionist apple, a bit of a splodgy painting? There's nothing to say that one thing is better than the other. Honestly, I really, really do believe that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I just think people sometimes they have a bit of trouble with the order that a drawing is done in. If you see a drawing finished, you might think that looks too complicated. I could never do that. Now that's where I come in, because we are going to break this drawing of a little pizza slice character. We're going to break it down into little tiny bite-sized pieces, so to speak. Very appropriate for a pizza character. That means I'm going to draw like a very simple shape here on my piece of paper, which you can then pause the video. You can copy what I do. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine. It's not meant to. No two drawings look the same. They're a bit like fingerprints in that respect. Then when you start me up again, I will draw a little bit more. Then pause me. You will draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. At the end, you're going to have a really cute little pizza slice character. So shall we start? I can't wait to get on with this one. It's a really, really fun one. Okay, let's start, shall we? We are going to start with a curve, okay? And we're going to do that curve towards maybe about like a quarter of the way up our page. And it's going to be quite big. It's going to be like a smile, okay? So we're going to go from here and come all the way down and around in a nice smiley shape. And already, look, do you know what? See this? Look, I was doing a drawing earlier and I smudged it all. I've got loads of smudge on my hands. So do you know what? I'm going to pause this video for a second. I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be back and you won't know any difference at all. In fact, I'm going to try and leave my hand here and then I'll go and wash it and then I'll just bring it back and you'll see it magically disappear. See you in a minute. As if by magic, my hand is clean. Right, where was I? Yes. So we're drawing a big smile like that at the bottom of our page. Now what I want you to do next, coming up from each end of that big smile, we're going to draw a straight line, just a couple of centimeters long. Do the same on this side here, and they're both pointing towards, you have to like imagine, you know what shape a pizza slice is, right? It's rounded there and it's like sort of triangular. So we need to imagine a point up here somewhere, which is going to be the tip of our pizza. So your lines need to sort of go towards that point. So you have to use a bit of imagination at this point. Then what I want you to do, we're going to join these up in a curve. So we're going to follow this curve here and try and keep our line kind of parallel to that. Can you have a parallel curve? I'm not sure you can, but you know what I mean. And there we go. So that is going to be the crust part of our pizza character. Shall we draw that triangle in? Let's do that now, shall we? This is the main bit of our pizza. So what we're going to do, we're not going to go right from that end. We're just going to come in very slightly and we're going to head up in a straight line, as I said, just towards the top of our page, like that. And we're going to do the same here, but now this is crucial, this bit, because we're going to do the other line, but we're not going to meet in the middle. And that's because I want the top of our pizza slice to be curved, just to soften the edges of our little pizza character. Things like that are very important, I think, in determining your character's kind of personality. A little bit of curve just means it's a slightly softer personality to this little character. I do talk a lot of rubbish, don't I? Right, let's give our pizza character, what should we do next? I tell you what, we'll give our pizza character some legs. Do you remember I always turn them into little things that are alive, my characters? So what we're going to do, just in the middle here, we're going to do a vertical line. And we're going to do another one right next to it. And those vertical lines are going to be our pizza character's legs. So for the feet, I've done these kind of legs before. You just curl them around at the bottom. Very, very simple, kind of stick legs for our pizza character. I like it. It's good. Let's give our character some eyes as well. We might as well do all this bit right now. So the eyes are going to be, so I want you to imagine that curve we did at the beginning that looked like a smiley mouth, it sort of is our character's smiley mouth, actually. Well, it's not going to be overtly our character's mouth, it's just going to be the suggestion of a smiley mouth. So above that mouth we need to do some eyes. So we're going to draw slightly right of centre, a little circle, and then slightly left of centre, another little circle. The same size for a nice pair of eyes for our pizza character. Let's do the pupils right in the centre. And these pupils are right in the centre because the character is standing straight on and looking straight at us. There we go. 2 little pizza character eyes. Now, we're sort of finished. I told you it was an easy one. Sort of finished, but of course we are going to add lots of delicious pizza toppings. Before we do that, let's finish the rest of the characters, shall we? We're going to give our character some arms. We're going to do one arm coming down here. This is how we do the arms. We just do a straight line, a bit like the legs, actually slightly curved line. And then on the end of that, we do a little circle, like so. Then we're going to do the other arm waving at us. We'll do the other arm coming up here, a little curve like that, about the same length as that, with a little circle on the end. That's the first part of the lines. I'm just going to take a thinner pen here and we're going to add some little fingers. So we're going to add a thumb, and then we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple way of doing a hand. This one's waving, so the fingers are going upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that is our basic pizza slice character shape. But now we need to add on lots of delicious toppings. Now, you might want to do something very slightly different to me here, because pizzas come in all sorts of different toppings, don't they? I wonder what your favourite flavour of pizza is. If I had to choose, I would probably, and it sounds very boring, but I'd probably go with a margarita, because a good margarita, right, is hard to beat. We went on a holiday to Italy this summer, and we were near Naples. We were on the Amalfi Coast. We were in Rome for a bit, but on the Amalfi Coast. So Naples, that is where pizzas were first made, invented. I think in the late 15th century, or the late 16th, early 16th century. I'm going to say. So the 1500s, they were invented in Naples, which is a big city in Italy, and so therefore, it makes sense, right, that the pizzas you get in Italy, in and around Naples and on the Amalfi Coast and even in Rome, are among the best pizzas in the world. And by far the most popular pizza to get is just a margarita, because it's simple but it's perfect. Okay, so I do love a margarita pizza. Equally, I do love a pizza with lots of nice toppings like mushrooms and peppers and, you know, pepperoni as well. I like a bit of pepperoni and ham. And I even, this is controversial, but I even like ham and pineapple pizzas. I like pineapple on pizzas. I know in Italy, if you ask for pineapple on your pizza, I think they just make you leave the country immediately because they're so disapproving of it. But you know what? I like it. But then I like everything, so that's probably why I like that. But you can draw whatever toppings you want on your pizza character. But this is what you can. But equally, if you want to copy what I do, feel free. Because the first thing that I'm going to do on my pizza, I'm going to use my thinner pen. I think I'm going to add 2 slices of pepperoni to each side here. So I'm going to add a little circle there and a circle there, so they're almost a bit like sort of rosy cheeks. Okay, and with pepperoni, what you do, just draw a few little circly bits onto your pepperoni like that, just to give it a bit of pepperoni-ish texture. And then when we colour them in, we'll colour those circle bits a slightly different colour to the rest of it, and it'll just look like a pepperoni. So I'm going to do that. While we're drawing pepperoni, let's add another one. Let's add another slice of pepperoni up here, like so. So again, little circles. Do some that come off the edge of the main circle like that, just to help it read as a slice of pepperoni. So there we go. Starting with some pepperoni, what else can we add to this pizza? Well, first of all, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to sort of do the border like this. And in fact, this looks a bit like a funny mouth, doesn't it? A wobbly mouth. But this is kind of the edge of our pizza there, where maybe the cheese bit, maybe that bit there might be red for tomato, and then the rest might be sort of yellowy for the cheese part of the margarita pizza, because obviously margaritas are just cheese and tomato, right? Oh, should I tell you somewhere else we had a delicious pizza? While I'm here, I'm sort of doing the greatest hits of pizza restaurants while I'm here. But we went to New York last year, and New York is also a place that's very, very famous for its pizza. Lots of American people buy pizza by the slice there. You just say, "Can I get a slice?" And they give you the slice of pizza. But because I'm a bit of a geek, before we went, I googled the best pizza restaurants in New York, and there was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he said he'd eaten a slice of pizza at every single pizza restaurant, not just restaurant, but every single pizza takeaway booth, everything in New York. And he said the very best slice that he'd had was from a place called Pizza Suprema, which is by Penn Station in Manhattan. If ever you find yourself in New York, you have to go. It's very cheap. It's not a very posh place. It's very cheap. It's like a little sort of kind of cafe. But oh my goodness, the slice of pizzas that we had there was the best pizza I think probably I've ever eaten, actually. Certainly up there with the pizzas I've had in Naples. It was amazing. Very cheap. Full of local New Yorkers, which is a good sign. Anyway, I digress. I don't know why I'm giving you pizza recommendations in New York. Who would have thought this would happen in a Draw with Rob video? Let's carry on with our drawing, shall we? Right, I'm going to do some mushrooms. Let's do like a mushroom here. So mushrooms, what you do, you start off with like a sort of 3/4 of a square, like that. Then we do 2 lines coming out each side, like that. And then we do a shape like that, a curl. So that is our sliced mushroom. Should we add a couple more bits of sliced mushroom? I'm going to do one up here facing the other way and just disappearing off the edge. Where should we do another one? Let's do one kind of here as well. So is pepperoni and mushroom, is that a thing? Well, it is now. Let's add, speaking of pepper, let's add something healthy. I mean, mushrooms are healthy, pepperoni not so healthy. Let's add some sort of green pepper, shall we? This is how you do green pepper. You do sort of wiggly line, sort of in a circle, like that. And then you do another one just inside it. There you go. That's going to be a bit of green pepper. Let's add another bit here. But do you see what I mean? I'm just making this up as I go along. You can do whatever you want with whatever toppings you want. You could put on some crazy toppings, like sweets or cupcakes. I don't know, you can do anything you like, because the rules are, there ain't really any rules with this drawing, particularly when you're drawing a pizza topping. So now I'm going to add, what should we add now? Let's add some sort of bits of sweet corn. A couple of bits of sweet corn there. Get sweet corn on pizza sometimes, don't you? That's nice. And a different, see, I'm trying to draw things that have got different shapes so that my pizza toppings look kind of quite varied. Right? Do you know what I mean by that? Sort of varied toppings. I'm going to do, let's see if I can get another bit of pepper in here. Make it a bit smaller this one. I've got a bit of a space there. And do you see what I mean? I've got all these different kind of shapes that all kind of complement each other. Okay, I think that's enough for my toppings now. Now I am going to give my character some eyelashes and some eyebrows, and I've left, you can see I've left a little bit of space there for that, but I'm not going to add that until I've coloured them in. I always talk about this too. Sometimes, particularly because this is going to be cheesy, it's going to be sort of yellowy, a light colour, and sometimes it's much easier to draw on top of yellow pencil than it is to colour around black, because sometimes the pencil picks up a bit of the ink and it smudges, and I don't like that. You know, earlier I was smudging everything. We're going to try and avoid any more smudging today. So listen, I'm going to go away and I'm going to colour in my little pizza character. I'm going to go into super speed mode as I always do, and I'll see you back here in 20 seconds with a nicely coloured pizza. See you in a sec. Bye bye. Okay, there is my finished, coloured in pizza slice character. So, I mean, the colour's pretty much, you know, the food, the types of food that I put on my, as my pizza toppings kind of dictated the colours I use. So we've got some green peppers, we've got some mushrooms here in that sort of grey colour. My pepperoni, can you see I've done the pepperoni kind of reddish brown, really red really, with a little bit of pink in some of those little circles that we made. As I said, I've got a sort of squiggly line of tomato sauce there. The rest of it's cheese. Can you see I've added these little circles and dots and spots, a bit like when we do dinosaur skin, right, or lizard skin. I've done a similar technique just to give the cheese a bit of texture there as well, and also on the crust. So the crust is brown. I sort of did a slightly darker bit on the inside of the crust just to suggest some depth. And again, I added some spots and some dots. Now, I've got to add some more detail. Remember I said I was going to add a bit more detail. So first of all, let's add some eyelashes, shall we? I'm going to add, let's add five eyelashes, coming sort of out of the top corners, like that. And we're going to add some eyebrows as well, why not? Let's give our little pizza guy or gal a bit of personality. There you go. So can you see how much easier it was to do it that way round, as opposed to try and colour around the eyelashes and the eyebrows? Much easier to do them on top. I also need to add my favourite thing. What do I always talk about? Shadow. I'm going to tell you again. I probably haven't told you for quite a few videos, but shadow is one of the easiest things to do. If ever you're drawing a character standing on the ground and you want to make it look like they're standing on a surface, it's really, really easy to add shadow, and it's really super effective. So I've just got a very pale grey pencil here, but you can just use a regular pencil. And all you do, you just add a bit of kind of scribble around the feet, like that. Then if I take a slightly darker grey pencil, I can make it a bit darker right next to the feet, like that. And it makes it look really kind of convincing. I've got a really dark grey here. Let's get really dark grey in there. Can you see? very, very simple but very effective way of just making your drawing look three-dimensional. And I've pretty much finished my little pizza character now. So can you see what I was saying earlier? The sort of, even though there's not a mouth there as such, that sort of smiley shaped crust looks a bit like a mouth. So it really helps to describe our character's personality. And I really like this. I don't know why, but there's just something about the food characters that we do. I just really, really like them. I think it might even be because they don't have mouths. One of the very first episodes I did, way back, episode 6, was some World Book Day bookmark characters. Because I was the official World Book Day illustrator for 3 years, from about 2019, I think, 2019, 2020, 2021. And as part of my role, I invented all these little bookmark characters that ran around all over the branding for World Book Day for those years. And I didn't give them a mouth. And it was quite, at the beginning, people saying, why aren't you giving them a mouth? But actually, sometimes less is more. You know, when you draw characters and you just draw dots instead of like you do for their eyes, and instead of doing the whites and everything, sometimes that just says more than actually doing more expressive eyes. And similarly with a mouth, sometimes there not being a mouth there says more than there being a mouth there. That sounds so strange, doesn't it? But it's really true. And I think that's why these characters work, because you can project how you think they're feeling onto them, because they don't have their mouths to tell you how they're feeling, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I really, really like them, and I think they work together well. I think I'm going to, actually, this is a bit of an exclusive, but I think I'm going to do a Draw with Rob activity book that's all about food and food characters. That would be fun, wouldn't it? What do you think? Good idea? Right, we need to sign our drawings. Don't forget to let everybody know who has created this work of art. So sign your drawings nice and proudly, and I cannot wait to see your drawings. Hopefully you've done lots of weird and wonderful toppings on your pizza character. Some of you might have just done margarita pizzas, that's fine. In fact, what might be fun is to draw an entire pizza. Like, you could do all the characters going around in a circle like that, all with their legs and everything. Maybe each slice is a different topping. I wish I'd done that. That's such a good idea. An amazing kind of multi-toppinged pizza, all made up of little characters, all putting their little heads together to make a circle. That would be fabulous. Whatever you've done, I really, really want to see your drawings. So get someone to take a picture of your drawings and post it on social media using this hashtag, #DrawWithRob. That way I will get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, just comment underneath with a photograph of your drawing. I get to see those too. And I can't wait to see them. As I say, I think this is going to be a really, really exciting one. What else? Right. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, please. That would be fabulous. Turn your notifications on. That way you'll get told when a new video is coming out. Also, why don't you subscribe to my newsletter at my website? Just go to this address, sign up with your email, and you get sent all the information about new books and new videos and new tours and everything like that. So you might as well do it. No skin off your nose, right? That's about it. That's all we've got time for. This has been one of my favourite ones. I really like this, and I really like the final drawing too. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. I'm going to be back very soon with another episode of Draw with Rob. In the meantime, gang, keep those pencils sharpened, and I will see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Hello everyone, it's Rob here. I hope you enjoyed your Draw with Rob video. I'm just popping up here again at the end. Got Ringo with me, as you can see. He's having a bit of a nap at the moment. But I just popped up here to tell you about my brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this is it. It's called Draw with Rob in Space, an out of this world art activity book. And I think you're really going to like this one. So what's inside it? Well, we have lots of puzzles. Like these ones. We have some bits where I've started off the drawing and you guys have to finish the drawing off. I really like this one. It shows the cockpit of a spaceship and you have to add the controls. We have some crafting ideas for you. There's even a card game in there too. And of course, plenty of our usual draw-alongs. like these guys. And of course, once you've done your draw-alongs, you draw them in the little frame that I have made next to the instructions. And then, can you see here, look, the pages, you probably can't see, but the pages are perforated down that side. So once you've done your drawing here, you just tear the page out, stick it up on the fridge, ready to display. And then once you've finished the entire book, once you've been through the whole activity book, you've got a nice certificate. You know, this is to certify that your name is officially a space superstar. So lots and lots of interstellar entertainment for you to keep you occupied when you're not watching a Draw with Rob video. The book is available now from wherever you get your books. Try and support your local bookshop if you can. And if you get it and you enjoy it, please let me know and send me lots of your pictures. I love to see your pictures. Right, that's it. I'm done. You can get on with the rest of your day now. I will see you very soon for another episode of Draw with Rob. Bye, everyone.